everyone. Now, today's video is gonna be a little bit different because I'm not filming like a music video or anything like that. This video, I wanted to try something new, so today's video is going to be like a kind of behind the scenes of what I have coming up and what I'm doing right now. I work down in my basement, and if you can't tell, it's a little busy down here. So first of all, we start in this corner. Now this is my puppet rack that me and my dad built. And this is probably the best thing I've ever made because it's just, you get a perfect view of all my puppets. And you may see some puppets that I've used in previous videos. Like, I believe this guy was in my most recent video, other than this one. And then same with this guy. He was also in like the first two videos I've ever made, but he's one of my favorites. Also, trumpet guy, we got him. I don't remember what video he's from, but I do remember filming with him. Here's where all the magic happens. So right now I've been working on 5 puppets, which I'm gonna put on my Etsy shop, which is in the description. So when this video goes up, you're probably not gonna see the puppets immediately. So right now we have some of the heads, fabric mouth plates, more mouth plates, and here's some eyes. You probably see there I have 4 going on, and there's a yellow one by the sewing machine. But yeah, this is where all of it happens. It's a bit chaotic, but as long as it's functional, then it's fine. This is my foam table where all my scraps are and stuff. Moving on, we have the big wall mural. Now this took me like, I'd say probably 2 months, and a month and a half of that was procrastination, but I think it turned out okay. And there's some hints to puppets, like a little Kermit guy, and then my blue one over there. Now this guy, this was the first live hand puppet I made, and he's over there on the rack. And he's really the first thing that made me realize that, I can make puppets as well. So we're kind of getting away from the puppets right now, and I'm gonna show you the trash. I think it's called trash bashing, just trash bashing. But a side hobby from the puppets is I like making stuff out of trash, and this is what these shelves are for. Now, not everything is made of trash, like Garfield and Pac-Man. Some of the stuff up here, like these 3 robots, this is all made out of trash. While I'm talking, I'll just put some images up of those so you can see it, but all of it is recycled garbage. On this guy right here, the head I found on the beach. I don't know what it was, but it was just like this dome thing, so I painted it, and it's a really nice looking head. Again, with the red one, I also found a weird shape, and I just decided to make one. So yeah. Then, actually, I should probably show this one. This one was in my latest video. This is a puppet. He's like a little drummer. All of his drums are just made from bottle caps and stuff. Big orange juice cap for the big drum. I also, for a long time, was making houses for like some sort of village. This is, again, all of it trash except for some of the parts. Like the shingles, they are just like craft film that you can buy. Yeah. I also tried to make a windmill back here, and I think that was the last one of these houses I ever made. Maybe eventually I'll make a video on making these houses again, but I don't know. That's in the future. A second thing I really got into was making a bunch of these robots. This was eventually going to be for like a tabletop game, like D&D or something, but I don't really want to learn all the rules about that. These are also made completely out of junk. Junk and bees, actually. So like the hands, it's a little blurry, but the hands are made all out of beads, and it gives the nice effect of like knuckles. Yeah, we also have these little mini bead bots, which I was gonna make a lot, and then I just got bored. And then we have this big guy in the back. Now, he's the largest robot I believe I've made, like out of complete junk. And he's made out of like a random dollar store transformer. His head is made out of like a robot. That broke. I don't just buy stuff to take apart. And through here and down here, this is all just miscellaneous stuff that I'll skim through. Now we're gonna go towards the big stuff. This, like, all the stuff where I bit off a little more than I could chew, to be perfectly honest. But here is my grand masterpiece. This is just a weird furry elephant. So before making this, I watched the Avatar movie, and I remember, or the second one, what is it called? The Way of the Water. But I remember seeing the whale, right? I wanted to make something similar to that, like just this giant animal that's like sort of similar to something back on Earth, but you know, it's kind of alienated. So it's kind of an alien. So I decided to go with an elephant. I don't know why I decided to give it 6 ears, but it looks good. And again, I can't really peel. Well, yes, I can. So if I peel it back, my camera is not focusing. If I peel it back, you can kind of start to see that it's literally all junk in there. So this entire thing was made out of cardboard, plastic, that like the foam packaging stuff, like especially in the tusks, like this part and the part on the other side, those two things are just orange juice bottles. This just shows you how something that you could throw away just turns into something that can be turned into an artwork, you know? So that's why I like doing this stuff. The eyeballs are actually made of spoons. So if my camera appreciates it, if we go a little closer to this, you can see it's just like a spoon top, and I cut off the handle, so, and it makes a good effect for an eye. Final thing that I'm gonna show you today is this dinosaur. Now this thing has been a pain in my butt for like the last couple of months. First I made the basic shape out of cardboard, and then I thought to sculpt like scales on it so that I could cast it, and you can see the cast down here, but that just seemed like a lot of work it just seemed like a very expensive thing to do, and I don't know, it was kind of just a waste of plaster. Eventually I'll probably crush it and reuse it, but in the meantime it's just gonna sit here. But then I decided to actually sculpt the mouth. So I sculpted the mouth, I sculpted all the teeth and the tongue, and I painted it, and I think it looks pretty good. It's not a really good gradient on the inside, and it looks a little bit like paper and toilet paper and glue, probably because that's what it's made of, but I think it turned out pretty nice. And the scales are just made out of just hot glue beads that I just stuck on there, and then all spray painted white. The eyes are my favorite part. They're made of glass cabochons, I think that's what it's called, but on the other side of it, like the part that I glued in, I painted this iris and pupil, and I think it looks pretty good. Now lastly, before the video ends, I do want to mention that I'm working on something very big. I'm not gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you one thing, but I'm not gonna tell you anything about it, but just know that it's coming. This is what's going to be a space train or something along those lines. So far I've made the actual engine, and then 2 ships, or two carts in the back, and I'm planning on making 2 more and then a caboose, but these take a while. Again, these are made out of junk, so I gotta find the parts. Again, in the description, check out my Etsy shop. There probably isn't anything when this video is posted, but there's gonna be a lot soon, as you can probably see by the patterns in the heads. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later.